The intro. Welcome to Too Punk to Be a Podcast. The podcast is not a podcast. This is just my bonus audio for you, the members of the Punk Hardcore Crossover Crib Facebook group. Finally delivering on the promise to have the one and only legendary Nick Brown here. Finally. How you doing, sir?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
All right. Hey, it's great to have you here.
Glad to be here tonight.
Happy Cinco de Mayo, man.
Well, I appreciate that. Feliz Cinco de Mayo to you also, sir.
I had it originally as a Happy Star Wars Day, but we didn't make it.
Oh, how cool would that be? Because I would have said, may the fourth be with you, man.
Yeah,
As for recovering Catholic, I would have said, may the fourth be with you also.
Yeah, and also with you, is how it works. I grew up that way also, sadly.
Yes, sir.
But it's cool, man. So,
I'm a hell of a lot better now, though. So
yeah, same. Same. The water don't sting on my forehead anymore.
Oh, it burns me a little worse.
So yeah, man, it's fucking awesome to finally get to talk to you at all. For one thing, that's been really awesome to finally get to talk to you after all these years. Just to have you around, man, it's just really cool.
I mean,
So
it really has been like, what, 2-3 years? Been in this project together?
I know, not too long ago, Facebook had this weird glitchy thing where old posts showed up first, and we started the group almost 7 years ago now. I don't know how long you've been there, though. A good few, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty awesome. Well, we're going to run with your idea today. Just a good old general discussion and a proper intro to this whole thing, even though we're like 4 episodes deep now, but that's my fault. So we're going to do the age-old, how did you get into punk episode? And if you want, man, I'll definitely let you start.
All right. So I grew up as a skater kid. 6 years old. I'm fucking 42 now, so.
Oh, wow. I'm 40.
I remember reading Thrasher magazine, and back in the magazine, they had all the band t-shirts. I'm like, what the fuck is a Red Hot Chili Pepper? What is a Sex Pistol? What is this weird-ass skull? And I actually ended up meeting a guy who knew about some of this shit. And this is like 5th grade for me. He had a couple posters in his room, and he told me about them, but his brother had all the tapes, the cassette tapes, and was not allowed to touch them. So let's fast forward a few years to 7th grade, and in Catholic school, we're doing this music history lesson. And there was this short thing about punk rock. And I actually heard the Sex Pistols. I actually heard the Ramones. I actually heard the Misfits. And I asked my teacher to copy a cassette of it for me. And I fell in love with it. I was just like, what the fuck is this? Fast forward a little bit more, I inherited a guitar. I was a real big hip-hop head back in the day.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody else in my neighborhood listened to. I grew up in Long Beach, California.
Yeah, I had a lot of that, too. Still a fan.
Yeah, and so I was like, all right, so if I'm going to figure out how to play this instrument, I should start listening to some of this rock music. And, I fell into the whole grunge scene, whatever. But I remembered some of these songs. I'm like, let me learn how to try to play some of these songs. And just kept digging deeper and deeper into it. And I want to say my very first compilation CD was Punkorama, Volume 1.
There you go.
And, Total Epitaph, in their heyday. And I love that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as classic as it gets.
And after that, it's like, exactly. I started finding out about local punk bands. Now, I know y'all gonna give me some shit for this, but I'm from Long Beach, and Sublime.
I love Sublime.
It's Sublime played fucking punk rock. They're mostly ska, reggae, fucking stoner bro music.
Right. But
they knew how to play some goddamn punk.
Oh yeah, the early stuff is certainly that.
If you know any history about them, so 40 Ounces of Freedom is a very influential album.
It's great. I love that one.
And then, once again, because it was early 90s and we didn't have, the internet at the time and access to music, that fucking Hot Topic. And I just happened to come across this album called Go Ahead Punk Make My Day from Nitro Records.
Oh.
It had The Offspring. It had Guttermouth.
Very good. Yeah.
And this little band called AFI.
Yeah, as far as they go, I only know the Halloween EP, but I do need to listen to more, so.
Well, I will definitely give you some recommendations.
Oh, we'll do some episodes on it for sure. I at least want to do one.
I would love to help you with that.
Oh yeah, we will. We'll get around to it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's pretty much my introduction to punk rock right there.
Right. Nice.
What about yours?
Well, I guess mine, cause see, mine's different, cause like your intro to punk rock is also your intro into like music itself. My intro to punk rock comes after, cause I was into other shit first. Cause, like, for me, I had to share a room with my older brother. So here comes the older brother thing again, right? The influential older brother happens. It's like late 80s, early 90s. That same time, because I'm 40, so I didn't realize you were older than me. That's crazy. It's your youthful energy. But, I really didn't think you were older than me. That's crazy as shit. But, same time frame. But, for me, because of him, he was he was super deep into death metal and stuff, man. And he had like every obscure album ever, by like every underground band. And he would work nights. So like when I'd be getting home from school, he'd be going to work. So I'd just dig through all his tapes and CDs and shit. And listen to all this crazy stuff with crazy artwork and stuff. So I got totally into all that shit. And see, when the grunge thing happened, I didn't like it because I was already listening to death metal. And in fact, he liked Nirvana. Like when Bleach came out, he showed it to him. He's like, man, I think these guys are going to be really great. And I'm like, I think they suck. Like these dudes can't play like Morbid Angel.
They were so influential on me. But
yeah, right. And that's fine. Just to me, I didn't like them.
I also listened to some of that. Like a buddy of mine, he turned me on to Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah, that was all my shit. I guess so my first actual intro to punk, besides, the fact that I'm already listening to underground music, even though I listen to all that kind of heavy stuff, my favorite band was still Metallica at the time. Because of course they are. They're everybody's favorite band at that time. And of course, they cover the Misfits. That's how everybody got there. A lot of people got there. The Garage Days EP, Green Hell. And I'm like, that song is so outrageous. I got to check the band out. I was a spoiled kid, so
Absolutely correct.
My mom actually bought me the Misfits Coffin box set with the 4 CDs.
Oh, no shit. You have that?
I had that when I was young. I don't have it anymore, sadly. But yeah, I totally had one.
Me, bro.
I totally had one for the longest time. That was my absolute intro. But I kind of also feel like that was just me getting into the Misfits. It wasn't really me getting into punk yet. You know what I mean? Because I don't really feel like that's like the same thing.
That's fair.
I had my 3,000 versions of Where Eagles Dare on it. And there's that. But so my real intro to punk, I guess, comes from this party I went to, which is the first time I may or may not have allegedly smoked weed. And that's what I was going to say. There was a shrooms at that party, but I didn't do them because they all said, and I quote, I've never seen shrooms look like that before. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. That was highly questionable. So I just stuck with the weed with an old friend of mine at that party. And we were listening to Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here. And I do remember that. But there was this guy there, and he told me, he's like, you're not going to remember this, but if you ever see an album by the Dead Kennedys, buy it, you'll love it, you're welcome. And of course I didn't remember that, predictably. But It wasn't until I was like hanging out and looking at CDs at some place where I found a Dead Kennedy section. I was like, oh yeah, that's what that dude said. So I just looked for an album that had the coolest album art, which was Gimme Convenience or Gimme Death for me. So I just grabbed that one, and because it had like Too Drunk to Fuck and Police Truck and shit on it. So that's like, I saw that, and that's where I really actually, I guess, got into punk, you could say, because the Dead Kennedys, that feels like an official start. The Misfits almost to me aren't. Because even though they're punk, they're like not about the usual punk stuff. It's just like horror movies with good hooks.
Correct.
But, like, you know, finding the Kennedys was like where I really found it at. And there was also this chick at our high school that always wear a Dropkick Murphy shirt. And of course, I never talked to her ever, but when I saw a Dropkick Murphy CD, I bought it just to see what it was, and that got me into that. I got the Singles Collection Volume 1. And, that hung around forever, too. And then from there, it's just random friends getting me into shit, you know?
You know, it's...
Good.
It's funny you said that because there was some chick in high school. I mean, she looked kind of crusty, but clean.
Yeah. I would
mean,
say that accurately describes it, yes.
Her vest, whatever.
Yeah.
And, yeah, she had this Subhumans patch.
Oh, nice.
But because I was in my weird crossover phase from going cholo to punk rock.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk to her.
Right.
Because she's going to look at me and, like, call me, like, a poser or some shit.
Yeah.
But I was like... And, I mean, it was because of her I looked up the Subhumans.
Oh, nice.
And...
Boy, that's a damn good one.
Yeah, I don't remember what her name is.
Yeah, same. I don't either. It was just there, and I was like, I wonder what the hell a Dropkick Murphy is. And then I saw the CD, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll try it. And I was like, man, that album's so badass, dude. I still listen to that all the time.
They're such a great band live.
Yeah, I love that shit so much. So that was another random one I just pulled up. And then from there, like the LimeWire era, where you could just look up anything ever, that's where I found like Subhumans and Cro-Mags and Nausea and Phobia and shit. And the rabbit hole goes on from there, and I have magazines and shit, and that's where I...
What do you know about... Wait. You know Phobia?
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Huge fan. I love Phobia.
So, you know who Shane is? Their singer?
Yeah.
He used to live next door to my best friend.
Wow.
Like, I know this dude. I've partied with this guy. This is really weird that you actually brought this up right now.
Cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Phobia. I mean, they're big in the grindcore scene. I mean,
oh yeah.
Yes, I know grindcore isn't really punk, but
I feel like it is. Yeah, I feel like it is. It's certainly in there. The wide umbrella.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a pretty good dude.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah. I mean, I met a couple other guys in the band, and, you know, they seemed like they were okay also. You know, I mean, for the style of music that they play.
Yeah.
They're very nice people.
I had this friend of mine that dated this chick, and she was super into all that kind of crazy punk, like that, like I said, like Nausea and Phobia and all that stuff. And I really got into Phobia because of that. And then I downloaded everything I could find of them at that point. And I bought a couple of albums since, for sure. There was one newer one that came out a while back I had bought. I love Phobia. Those dudes are so hardcore, man. Their stuff is just pummeling.
You know, I need to go dig into my storage now and see if I could find my autographed poster from him. And I'll put it up on the hardcore page.
That's amazing. That's so cool, man. That's an amazing story, man. That's awesome as shit. Wow. That's so great. I've always loved that band.
Okay,
man.
So let me throw you for a loop. Here real quick.
All right.
Let's do a speed round real quick.
Uh-oh.
3 questions.
Oh, shit.
First punk show you went to?
Oh, fuck. I'm trying to think if I really even have any. Because I've always go to metal shit. I'm a metalhead, man. I guess, does Hatebreed count?
That's fair. Hatebreed is not punk.
No, that's
They're
hardcore.
pretty close, but
It's hardcore, but in the metal, more or less. But I don't know if I could really say I've actually been to an official punk show, because everything I go to is fucking metal.
I mean,
And I'm just now
even if it's a
realizing
local
that in my
band.
head. I know, shit, that's metal too. I'm about to say, but when I was a kid, we had like local bands and shit that do shows, but that was all metal too, man. I'm in Louisiana, dude. It's all sludge metal down here.
Okay, that's fair enough. My first one was The Offspring L7 AFI,
Ah, that's cool as shit.
where I consider that like a real punk show.
I have
Your favorite punk album.
Ah,
I didn't say this was going to be easy.
I know. That should be a much easier question than it is. I guess by default, I'll say probably Frankenchrist by the Kennedys, I suppose, but I reserve the right to change that.
That's a great choice.
I'll
That's a great choice.
yeah, that'll probably change daily.
I'm going with AFI's He Who Laughs Last,
Okay.
because that was the one that really got me into them. Who is the best new punk band you've heard lately?
I will easily say Orphan Riot. And not just because you're on the phone.
Dude, those kids are so fucking good, aren't they?
Totally. Like I said, I'm not saying that because of you. I found them because of you, but they're easily the best new punk band I've heard in forever. They're so goddamn good.
You know they're kids.
Yeah,
Like,
very much so.
2 of them are still in high school.
Yep, yeah.
Yes.
I think, their dad on my
They're
Facebook
gonna
or something.
Go places.
Yeah, their dad's on my Facebook or something. Really cool guy. He sent me a CD because I told him I liked him. Yeah. I told him, I said, where can I buy a CD? He's like, oh, I'll send you one. I'm like, dude, I want to buy something, you know? I'm not like that, but he still sent me one anyway. So I'm gonna go order some shit so he doesn't know it's me and send me something, but super nice guy, and I love them, man. I love those dudes so much. They got such an old school feel, man. And their hooks are killer.
And you know what? And they're road warriors.
Totally.
I mean, it's the inside of their trailer, just because I played with them so many times. They have marked down like all the places inside their trailer where they played.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the trailer of where they've broke down.
I can tell they play anywhere they can, that's for damn sure.
Yes, they do. And they're actually going, if I'm correct, they're going on a mini tour right now. So anybody who's listening to this, you know, look up Orphan Riot.
Yeah, about
Check
to say.
them out. See if they're coming to a location near you.
Or just go listen to some shit, man. Just listen to them at least. Because they got just, like I said, man, they got such a great old school feel, and their hooks are just killer, man. God, they got some great songwriting.
Yes, they do.
The little young dude in front writes all that? It seems like he's like the main guy, it seems like.
I think he writes most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he writes most of it, but I mean, it is all collaborative effort.
Yeah. I would easily say them, hands down. But again, man, most of the time I'm like checking into metal shit, but yeah, I would say them easily. That's the easiest question so far. And I would say that no matter who asks, because I fucking love this dude.
I'm gonna say my newest one that I mean, I don't know how new they are, but I mean, I just recently found out, but is Amel and the Snifters.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's real kind of garage punk.
Okay.
But I mean, they have this fury to them, you know.
Cool. You have to send me some shit.
Yeah, this gives me a boner.
Hell yeah. I'd listen. I might have to check them out, man. You'll have to send me some videos or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'll totally send you links. And anybody else who's listening to this, I will totally send you links also.
Yeah.
I hope y'all use Spotify.
Yeah. So there you have it, I guess, huh? Anything else we got?
I think we're pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. There you go. I think we made it through. We were lucky to get this far. As much, y'all have no idea what we got through to try to do this, but I think we pulled it off. I'm gonna call that a win.
Oh shit! I will too. You know what? The more that we do it, the better it'll get.
Oh yeah. And if not, I'll just keep doing drunk episodes. It doesn't matter. I've gotten to really look
Okay.
forward to those. Those are fun. Those have been fun. The dollar CD episodes have been a blast for me.
Oh, yes, they are. I love them.
I have a whole stack of those I've never even listened to, so they're still sitting there. So I got to listen to them for some reason anyway.
Well, hey, it gives you reason to listen to them.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, man. It's been great. I certainly appreciate your patience in all this and taking the time.
Oh, it's no sweat off my balls, homie.
Cool. And I got to say, man, just in general, just as long as we've been doing this, man, and even though we've never met in person, like anytime I've ever hit hard times, you're always the first person to message and be like, dude, I'll help you any way I can and shit. You're just always legitimately a great person, and that's what really matters. So, great dude, man, and it's cool to finally actually talk to you. That's what's important to me.
Well, I appreciate that, and I care about all y'all.
Hell yeah.
You know, I mean, I could do a little bit. I can't do too much, but I care. So
yeah.
I do what I can. You guys are my brothers.
Hell yeah. The only reason I ever started this, even when I did it the
Whatever
first
happened
time.
to Kristen?
I asked that myself. I have no fucking clue. I'm like, I don't even know if she's still alive or what. I haven't heard shit of her for a couple of years, so I have no idea what happened there.
Has it been that long?
It seems like it. At least a year or so. I haven't heard nothing from her in a while. I'm gonna have to post a Debbie Harry picture and see if she pops up or not.
I know.
If I post a Debbie Harry picture and she doesn't pop up, something's wrong.
I know there was a couple people that were also admins, and yeah, they just fell off. Which it's understandable.
Yeah.
The page has gone up and down.
Oh yeah, it always will.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Yeah. You should. You'll always be around as far as I can help it for sure. One of the OGs, man. It's been great.
Oh yes, sir.
Always been great. I remember back when I first started doing this, you were like the only person that was listening. I could tell because I was watching the numbers. I'm like, I could tell Nick's the only person listening to this bullshit. And then Jose. It was like me listening to my own shit, you and Jose, and that was it. It was fine. I do it anyway. It was an excuse to talk to you guys.
It is what it is. I try to sit there and build up my homies, and eventually, one day we'll be successful, and bring everybody up with us.
Oh yeah. And if nothing else, we just have great conversations like
you
we
don't
just
forget
did.
people.
No. Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing it again, and we'll figure something out. Hopefully, it'll be easier next time.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great night, brother.
All right, I'm gonna sign off.
All right.
Everybody have a great night.
Cool. I still never figured out an intro, so it just ends here. Bye.